What if I told you that the woman whose accusation led to the brutal murder of a young black teenager, an event that sparked the civil rights movement, has passed away? Wouldn't you be curious to know more about the story and its impact on the nation? I know I would. So let's dive into this gripping tale of tragedy, injustice, and the courage of those who stood up against racial hatred. Carolyn Bryant Donham, the white woman who accused 14-year-old Emmett Till of whistling at and accosting her in Mississippi in 1955, died in hospice care in Westlake, Louisiana at the age of 88. With her death, the possibility of holding anyone accountable for Till's kidnapping and murder has vanished forever. Now, if you're not familiar with the story of Emmett Till, let me give you a brief overview. In August 1955, young Emmett traveled from Chicago to visit relatives in Mississippi. While there, he encountered Donham, then 21, at a grocery store in the small community of Money. According to Reverend Wheeler Parker, Till's cousin, the teenager whistled at Donham, an act that defied Mississippi's racist social codes of the time. What happened next? Well, evidence suggests that a woman identified Till to Donham's then-husband Roy Bryant and his half-brother J.W. Milam, who went on to kidnap and brutally murder the young boy. An all-white jury acquitted the two white men, but they later confessed to the killing in an interview with Look magazine. Can you imagine the horror Till's family experienced? Ollie Gordon, one of Till's cousins, was just 7 years old at the time and living in the same Chicago home as Till's mother. Gordon recounted that the home was filled with fear in the days after Till's disappearance, as they knew there was a high likelihood he had been killed. Till's mother, Mamie Till Mobley, insisted on an open casket funeral in Chicago so that the world could see her son's mutilated body, which was later published in Jet magazine. This act of courage galvanized a generation of activists to rise up in the civil rights movement. How do Till's family members feel about Donham's death? Mixed emotions, to say the least. "She was never tried in the court of man," said Gordon. "But I think she was judged by God, and his wrath is more punitive than any judgment or penalty she could have gotten in a courtroom." Reverend Wheeler Parker, the last living witness to Till's abduction, expressed a sense of compassion for Donham. "As a person of faith for more than 60 years, I recognize that any loss of life is tragic and don't have any ill will or animosity toward her," he said in a statement. But what about justice? While no one will ever be held accountable for Emmett Till's death, the fight against racial injustice continues. In fact, President Joe Biden signed the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act last year, making lynching a federal crime. In an unpublished memoir, I Am More Than a Wolf Whistle, obtained by the Associated Press in 2022, Donham claimed she was unaware of what would happen to Till. Historian and author Timothy Tyson, who provided the memoir to the AP, said that Donham's precise role in the killing remains unclear, but it's evident she was involved. What this narrative keeps us from seeing is the monstrous social order that cared nothing for the life of Emmett Till nor thousands more like him, Tyson said. Condemning what Donham did is easier than confronting what America was, and is. Till's family continues to wrestle with the pain caused by his tragic death. Joe Stidham, Till's cousin, was born 2 years after the murder and wonders how Donham reckoned with her own conscience. What did she take with her that no one would know, other than her and her maker? Stidham asked. In October, a bronze statue of Till was unveiled in Greenwood, Mississippi, just miles from his uncle's home. This act of remembrance keeps Till's story alive and serves as a symbol of the ongoing fight against racial injustice. Even so, the quest for justice for Emmett Till persisted. Last year, members of the new Black Panther Party and other activists began showing up at addresses associated with Donham, attempting to serve unofficial warrants for her arrest and trial. However, the Office of Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch stated that there was no new evidence to pursue a criminal case against her. Furthermore, a district attorney said that a LaFleur County grand jury declined to indict Donham in August. Till's cousin, Priscilla Sterling, filed a federal lawsuit against the current LaFleur County Sheriff, Ricky Banks, on February 7th, seeking to compel him to serve the 1955 warrant on Donham. Banks's attorney responded on April 13th, stating that there was no point in serving the warrant since the grand jury did not indict Donham last year. Malik Z. Shabazz, one of the attorneys in the lawsuit against Banks, expressed the tragedy of Mississippi's failure to hold Donham accountable. Carolyn Bryant's legacy will be one of dishonesty and injustice, Shabazz said, a legacy that verifies that Mississippi coddles and protects white supremacy. As we reach the end of this story, it's important to remember that while the individuals directly involved in Emmett Till's death may never be brought to justice, the fight for equality and an end to racial hatred must continue. The legacy of Emmett Till and the civil rights movement serves as a reminder that we, as a society, must strive to overcome the challenges we still face in overcoming racial injustice. So, what can we take away from this tragic tale? It's a powerful reminder of the impact of one person's actions, the courage of those who stood up against racism, and the need for society to confront its past in order to build a more just and equal future.